What up, peeps? It's your boy, Church Boy, back again with another video just for you. Yo, what's been good? How y'all been? Where y'all been? Man, hopefully you guys had a good week, man. I had a pretty solid week myself, man. So hopefully you guys had a pretty fire week, man. And I gotta say, right out the gate, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. You know, for all the love, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I want to thank you for your recommendations, man. You guys keep me going, man. You really do it. So I want to say thank you. Thank you. For really from the bottom of my ticker, man, really thank you. I want to say that you guys have recommended Dax to me numerous times, and I think it's time to listen to him. I saw him on Black or White, I heard him rapping, and he was just so intense. I remember his facial expression. I remember what he was saying. I remember, like his cadence. It was just like, oh man, this dude can flow. And so I'm going to have a listen to him, man. And the song you guys recommended was "To Be a Man." Now the title, I'm liking already, because there are not many people out there, good contributing citizens who are talking about life from a male perspective. You have the ones who are talking about, going to the strip clubs and Rams and all of that and drugs and all of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody who I deem as a solid person, and of course I haven't heard any of his tracks, only the one, the Black or White, but I'm pretty sure he's a solid individual. I mean, if he's hanging around Tom and Adam, I assume he's solid. So without further ado, here's Dax performing "To Be a Man." Let's do this.
I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Yeah, I know this life can really beat you down. You wanna scream, but you won't make a sound. Got so much weight that you've been holding, but won't show any emotion. As a man that goes unspoken, that we can't cry when life gets hard. Unconditional love for women, children, and dogs.
Oof.
We know that we just have
Unconditional love for women, children, and dogs. Wow. He talking already. He talking. Singing in particular. Now, I didn't know that this guy can sing. I didn't know. I mean, I assume that's him on the hook. But yeah, man. I know I'm new to this whole Dax thing, to this whole like listening to like new music thing. I just going off the Black or White song, I thought he was just a rapper, not a singer. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed, man. This is cool. But he's talking about some stuff. Let's see what he has to say.
to play our parts, and don't nobody give a damn about our broken hearts. Yeah. As a man, we gotta pave our way. Our only function is to work and slave. There's no respect for you if you ain't paid. You're disregarded as a human and you can't complain. And if you ever make it up and actually reach that place and find a woman that you love and give her your last name, you'll feel the things that you provide is only why she stays. And when you try to explain, you'll say, I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what
Man, you know what, man, my dang, he's talking, really. Yeah, he really is, man. There is no room for a man to complain. And I'm not trying to get all soft at all. I'm not. But I believe a lot of us die early because we can't express ourselves. As men, we die early because we have been taught to hold it in. We've been, and it makes me think about a couple situations in my life, man. I want to talk about this here, man. This is the topic to be discussed, really, man. But anyway, I'm not trying to go down that road yet, man. I gotta prepare myself. But the song is in B, and I absolutely adore the key of B. It is my favorite key, and partly because I play a 5-string bass, and the that 5-string, that 5th string that they added to that bass there is the low B. You guys know I love the low B. All right, I love the low B. But I'm feeling this song. I like it. I love the pattern. The patterns of this song it's a common pattern that we play in gospel music all the time. This pattern is not a gospel pattern. I think gospel kind of like, I say music is universal, but I think gospel kind of like hijacked this pattern. They did. I mean, it's not a gospel pattern, but it's used very heavily in gospel music. Well, let's let him continue on.
It's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Don't give up, keep fighting. As a man, our sun is our horizon, and our father's actions play a role, and we end up like them. So they can't let us see them hurt, cause we'll embody what they do and start a generational curse. No wonder most men are so depressed, all the things that they can't express. They go to war, get thrown on the shelf, then go back to war with their mental health, then grab that bottle and ask for help, try to pull themselves out of hell, then fall back down and then realize that they're gonna have to do it themselves. It's the circle of life. As a man you provide, they don't know what you're worth till the day that you die, and that's when they start crying. Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves. We don't expect you to understand. We just hope we can explain what it's like to be a man.
Yo, I appreciate this song. I mean, I know I'm about 3/4. Well, no, I'm there about 44 seconds left. I appreciate this song. I really do, man. From my background, and I you guys know that I grew up, my dad was a pastor, but we also lived in the projects, and we moved to the hood. And you are your surroundings. Even though we were heavily in the church, I got caught up in gang culture, and partially the streets hardened me, but I was still conditioned by my parents to shield my feelings, and I'm going to tell y'all how my feelings were buried and shielded, man. I'm going to get there. But let's discuss this music for a second here, though, because I got my bass here. And I let you know that this progression is very common, so it's in B. So they start off right at home. So he's, and then they go up. Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, that's just a fun groove. It's a fun riff. I'm feeling it. It's very attractive. It's one of those attractive grooves. You can tell a story to it. You can vibe out to it. It's something that you can just zone out on. I love the groove. I'm loving the Dax's vocals. I thought there was going to be a rap that kicked in eventually, but I guess not, man. It's one of those tracks. And man, I'm feeling it, man. I just as a man, man, it is tough to express yourself. And I've said in multiple videos, I think I even said it in the beginning of this video, that I can't complain. And I've said it, I would say 60-70% of my videos, I started it off saying that I can't complain. I won't complain, because I'm not allowed to. As a man, we're not allowed to. You know, my wife can come home every day off work and cry, you know, on my shoulder about her experience that day at work, you know, but let me have a rough day at work. Let me have a rough day and dare I come home and complain like, oh, my manager made me sad and come on, man. You know, my wife gonna say to me, suck it up. You know, she's basically saying, you're a man, you know, we don't want to hear you complain. You're a man, you know, and I've heard that before. But let's let Dax finish this song here. Let's let him finish up.
It's a lonely road, and you don't care about what we know. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that home. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home.
Yep.
Inside that home.
That's right, man. It's not about how we feel. It's all about what we can do. And I'm not trying to separate men and women. I'm not trying to cause trouble, but let's just address the elephant in the room. All right. Listen, I love this song. This is fire to me. This song is fire to me. All right. I love it because there is no place for us to complain. You know, we have, as men, you know, like how many times has your partner like came at you and complained? You know, we can't join in on the pity party. We can't do it. You know, we can't. I mentioned my neighborhood. I mentioned my parents. You know, I mentioned my dad being a pastor. I'm saying, listen, when I was a kid, man, dang, here we go. When I was a kid, I didn't get spankings, all right? I got whoopings, all right? When you get a spanking is, you better not do that again. That's a little spanking, you know, or a tap on the butt. But when you get a whooping is a highly detailed attack, you know, on your body by your parents. You know, they are very strategic with that belt or that extension cord, or they used to call it a stanchion cord. You know, you do something bad or something that they deem bad, they are coming after you, and they are not going to stop until they think or feel that they've inflicted damage, you know? And I can't. When I was a kid, I did stupid things. I was a little boy. I did stupid things. I broke things by mistake. You know, I might have like hit my other brother, like, you know, my twin brother or something. But did I deserve a spanking? Yeah. But did I deserve a whooping? No. Okay. I'm gonna take you back. Okay. One time, and this happened plenty of times. This happened numerous times. I did something that my parents didn't like. All right. They pulled out the belt, and I was a little boy, you know, and they started whooping me, you know, and I looked up to my older brother. You know, I wanted to be my older brother. And while I was getting a whooping, you know, at that time, I caught eyes with my brother, and he was looking at me, and he shook his head like, and I knew what that meant. I wanted to be him. And he had like emotional issues, but he was signaling to me to not cry, like don't cry. So my parents, at that time, my mom was whooping me, and I'm just holding strong. And she felt she whooped me enough, and then the whooping passed. Now, I mentioned that this happened numerous times. So another time I get a whooping, same thing. You know, I remember even if my brother wasn't in the room or he wasn't there, I remember that signal he sent to me, and I never cried. And a few times my parents took it as a personal challenge. When I wouldn't cry, they would beat me harder. Oh, you don't want to cry. You know? And there were a couple times where I couldn't withstand it. I broke down, you know? But within me, it hardened me. It hardened me. I didn't want to cry. So that transitioned into my adult life. And it kind of hardened me a bit. It passively, like it hardened me. So I could even, people died. All right. I didn't cry. Loved ones died. I didn't cry. I didn't have it in me. I was conditioned to not cry, and even there were other times in between that where I wanted to cry about certain things. And either my brother or my father, he would say, "Oh, you're a man, or you're a big boy. You don't cry. You don't cry." So mentally, psychologically and physically, I had the tears beat out of me. Like it's hard for me to shed a tear, now, because I'm a musician. Sometimes some music will kind of get me emotional. I think the Bee Gees got me emotional once. I think I was listening to Too Much Heaven on this channel. I was listening to Too Much Heaven, and I almost lost it right there on camera. I got shook up a little bit. But really, I gotta say, as men, we are conditioned to not display our emotions. And I'm sorry if I'm ranting. I'm sorry if that took this long, but as men, we are conditioned to not display our emotions, man. And that's one of the things I don't like about myself. My wife, she tells me all the time, "You have a heart of stone." And it's like, it's not intentional. I'm still nice to people. I'm just not going to cry about it. I'm just not going to shed a tear. I'll give money. I'll give you a jump. What do you need? I always help you out. I'm just not going to cry about it. I'm not going to shed tears. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's not in me, but I'm working on it. I recognize that it's an issue, and I'm working on it, man. My son, he's a little boy, and I allow him to cry, right? All right. He cries. I don't tell him what my brothers and my dad told me. What I tell him is this: whenever he cries about something, I'll say, "Get it out, cry. I'll give you a little time to cry and express yourself. But what you're going to do after you wipe those tears away, you're going to learn a lesson, and you're going to do something about it. I'm not going to allow you to cry about something and not do anything about it." So let's just say his game system broke, and he's crying like, "Oh, it broke. Oh man, hey, get it out, cry. What are you going to do about it? Let's fix it. All right, let's fix it. Let's fix the situation." So it's I don't like empty tears. I call those empty tears. When you just crying just to cry, I don't do that. I am a solution-based person. Let's do something. Let's fix this. But to apply that to, our lives as men, though, I do think that we are underappreciated. I do think that, it is taboo to see a man shed tears. It really is, man. It's and I'm jealous. I'm jealous of men who are able to express themselves and, shed a tear or two. I really am, man. I wish I could just release and just one time. I just want to let loose and I want to be snotting and all of that. But at this point in time in my life, I don't have that, but I understand the desire to want to do that, but not have the ability to do it. And, feel on the inside that I'm going to be laughed at if I do that, so it's a tough situation, man. It's tough, man. We tell our kids all the time we tell our sons all the time to suck it up and be a man, be a big boy, and I do still believe in that, but I also believe that when that happens, you should just provide a space for little boys too, because you don't want them to just hide their emotions away. That's how psycho killers are created, because they're emotionless, they don't know how to express themselves. So they find a horrible, evil way to do it. I think that we should really teach our kids to express themselves, but let's still be, be a man, be a big boy, but do it like I do my son. Hey, provide a solution. We can ponder on this and be emotional about it for this small window, but something needs to be done after you wipe those tears away. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I want to go deeper because I want to talk about, like the being a grown man, and just not having that place, not having that place to express yourselves, man. But I guess I'll be beating a dead horse, man, because I don't think there ever be a solution. We are who we are. Yes, let's provide for our women, pay our bills, and shut up. So, but yeah, I feel the song. I feel the song, man, and I didn't know Dax could sing. Just to see him go from that hard black or white, verse to this, that's definitely that's a 180, and I like it. He's versatile. What other songs should I listen to? And I also want to know what you guys think. Let me know if I'm missing something. Let me know if I'm crazy. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But above anything else, love each other. Take care of each other. Peace. God bless.